What's going on, guys? This is AR Car Reviews here with another video, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing the Acura Integra A-Spec. But first, let's talk about the Integra's legacy. The Integra first came out in the mid 80s and it stayed around for 4 generations before Honda decided to pull the plug. As a 90s baby, the Integra definitely had that legendary JDM status. It was featured in everything from movies to animes to TV shows, while still being a lightweight, good-looking VTEC engine that people went crazy over. But now the Integra is back, and just like the NSX, people are not happy about it. Performance is roughly the same as the Integra from 20 years ago, which is not good. However, you can buy the Honda Civic Si, which has the same engine and horsepower, but is $10,000 less than the Integra with the manual. But with dealership markups and high demand, you can pretty much add that money back. But just don't say I didn't warn you though. Okay, the 2023 Acura Integra A-Spec technology package. It's not my favorite name for a car, but it comes with the A-Spec appearance package, giving you the spoiler that they know you want, better looking wheels that hopefully you put wheel locks on, fog lights that no one cares about, and of course the A-Spec badges, which makes the car look faster and sportier than the base model, but there's actually no boost in power, which is disappointing. Maybe something we all can agree on is that this car looks good. The appearance package does its job, and it does its job well. This car definitely turns heads, and even though you might not win any races, you will still look good pulling up in a car that looks like this. A lot of people say the front of the car looks like every other new Acura on the road, and the back looks like a Hyundai Genesis. Even though those both might be true, I still think this looks premium and unique compared to other cars on the road, and I really like it. If you add on the technology package to the car, you will get a larger infotainment touchscreen, an impressive 16-speaker audio system that the owner tells me is his favorite part about the car, a heads-up display, some really nice sports seats, and an extra customizable drive mode, and of course, more technology. You can get all this for $5,000 more than the base model, or around $38,000 US. You also unlock the option of having a manual Integra, which you can only get with this package. The CVT is the only other option, which is what we have and will drive today. Coming soon will be the Integra Type S, using of course the Honda Civic Type R's platform, and that I'm assuming will only be a manual as well. So if you want the manual, you gotta pay up. Starting with the exterior of this car, we can see Acura paying homage to the old Integra in a couple of ways. The first being the word Integra stamped into the front and rear bumper of the car. Not only is this really cool to have on the car, it's a unique touch since most cars nowadays only use badges and stickers to show which car or which trim you have. Next is the tailgate popper, which is hidden in the open space below the Acura logo and looks exactly like it did on the old Integras. Which brings us to the hatchback, another feature that Acura carried over from the original Integra, which is really good on space and as you can see is really deep. You can also find more speakers, which again sound amazing with this package. And lastly, a small net to hold on to a few things so they don't roll around while you're doing the speed limit. The rear seats can also come down for added space, which makes this car very practical for day-to-day use. Lastly, let's talk engine. This car, as I said before, has the same 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine making 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque, which is similar to the original Integra being a boosted 4-cylinder engine with the same amount of power. The new Integra Type S will debut very soon and will be using the Civic Type R's boosted 4-cylinder engine to add half a liter to make 320 horsepower. Wow. The exterior of this car with the A-Spec technology package, as you can see, really shows that Acura still makes good looking cars. This car comes with a $600 paint color combination that Acura calls Majestic Black Pearl with a red interior. Comment down below what you think of this color combination. Personally, I think it looks great and makes the car look really expensive. Hands down, one of my favorite parts of the exterior styling of this car is how aggressive the headlights look. Acura really styled every exterior light to be fully LED, even down to the side mirror lights, and it looks amazing. Acura calls these beautiful headlights the Jewel Eye, and it's an absolutely dazzling design unique to Acura cars. Watching the car turn, you can see the LED running lights turn yellow for the turn signal, then turn back to LED running lights after you finish the turn, which is really charming and a nice luxury touch. Apart from that, we have two badges on the car. the Acura logo and the A-Spec emblem, which can be blacked out for more money and goes really well with this majestic black pearl color. Styling is pretty similar to most Hondas or Acuras, with lines running through the side door panels as well as peaks on the top of the hood leading to the front windshield. We also get this really nice looking spoiler as a part of the technology package that looks really simple but fits the car's profile to help with braking, cornering, and lift reduction. Right below that is a diffuser and two decently sized exhaust tips. Take a listen and let me know what you think in the comments below. Lastly, we have four 18-inch shark gray wheels with the iconic Acura logo on the center. Moving into the interior, the Integra received the same facelift for the remodeled 2022 Civic with some additional treats. Sitting in the front seat was comfy, and I had more than enough leg and head space, with both front seats having power controls and memory seats for the driver. The steering wheel also tilts and telescopes to provide the best seating position for any driver on the road. However, sitting in the back seat was another story. I was definitely cramped and wouldn't recommend someone my height being back there for a while, but I could fit, which is better than being in a lot of other smaller cars. Being my first time inside of this interior, it really is a beautiful place to be, especially when it's complemented by these red seats with Acura's styling. Acura is a luxury car brand that's more on the affordable side, and this interior really illustrates that narrative. Everything feels good from the switches to the slides, but you won't find anything crazy like massaging seats or soft closing doors at this price point. Apart from that, this interior is incredibly comfortable to be in and is a really spacious and roomy place for a compact car. One of the coolest things you'll find inside of this cabin is the Mini Me icon located in the middle of the gauge cluster. There you will find a mini Acura Integra that mimics everything you do in the actual car in real time. For the turn signals, hazards, headlights, and even the brake lights can all come on when you press them in real time. It's so cool. While we're on the gauge cluster, as you can see, it's digital and is customizable to some degree. Most safety features are located on the right gauge, and music, Bluetooth, and other information can be found on the left. You can always scroll through these options using a wheel located on the driver's steering wheel, which is always so beautiful in these cars. Acura always puts a lot of money into the steering wheel, and being the place the driver touches the most, it is definitely money well spent. This wheel also has other functions to change volume or the song, as well as turn on or off safety settings. Moving on to the gear shifter, there's nothing special about it, just being a CVT, but next to that we have Acura's driving features and modes. Available in the Integra, we have the brake hold button, an electronic parking brake, the auto start and stop button, a toggle switch for the drive modes, and a button above that says individual in all caps. I've already explained how the brake hold and electronic parking brake buttons work in a previous video that I will link above. The toggle switch allows you to switch between 3 drive modes that shows in your infotainment screen. As you can see, the color of the screen changes too, with blue for comfort driving, gray for normal driving, and of course, red for sport mode. Lastly, we have the individual driving mode button, which unlocks a 4th driving mode that allows all drivers to have it their way when they're driving. The driver can customize the engine, steering, and suspension feel for whether they want the car to feel sporty, normal, or comfortable. They can also configure auto start and stop to be on or off and change how the gauge cluster looks. Something funny about sport mode in this car is that there's another sport gear. If you look on the gear shifter, there is a regular P, R, and D, but you also have an extra gear S for sport mode. So essentially you can put this car into sport mode and then put this car into sport gear, which might be a little overkill, but hey, the more the merrier. We also get a wireless charging pad that can be used to connect your phone with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Both front windows are auto up and down, but it literally takes years for the passenger window to go up. Comment down below if this is just a new car thing or an Integra thing, or maybe I'm just crazy. Lastly, before we take this car for a drive, we have its infotainment screen. This is a big upgrade from the previous non-touchscreen system that Acura had before in the past, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. This makes all of Acura's cars feel so much better and more up to date to the competition, especially in the technology department. It gets a big thumbs up from me. And now we're ready. Whoa. Before we take off, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to see more cool car reviews like this Acura Integra. If you got a car you'd like to see me do, drop a comment down below and subscribe for more cool car reviews. We are going to be driving the Acura Integra, and right off the bat I can tell you guys right now this car is really beautiful. Like, I really like driving this car. The inside is amazing. It is a nice place to drive. It is just very, very, very comfortable. It is a luxury car. Acura did this car right. However, the problems I have with this car is, for $40,000, is it really worth 200 horsepower? That, I think, is a question most people are going to ask themselves. Let's see how the 200 horsepower actually feels, and maybe it's going to be a different story. That felt pretty good. It does move though, I'll give it that. You can already hear that the exhaust is opened up a little bit more. You can hear that engine, the 4-cylinder engine, rev out a lot more. And it feels a lot zippier as well. The steering does tighten up a little bit, which is really nice. It's not crazy amounts of power or torque. You could just feel the car is really, it's going fast. The 200 horsepower does make it in the power band relatively quickly in the first couple of gears. After that, it kind of like fiddles out, but initially it does feel really good. Now the question is this car really worth the $40,000 plus or minus that you're actually going to pay for it? You do get a lot of car for the money. It does look incredibly beautiful from the inside and out. The red interior with the black exterior looks absolutely amazing. Like, the car is actually really, really nice and good to look at. Apart from that, driving the car now, it's not exactly where I would like it to be. Having the car only have 200 horsepower, you could get a lot more car for that amount of money. Now granted, what you do get with this car is reliability. Now, the name Honda, the name Acura always brings forth reliability, but being that the original Acura Integra Type R actually made 200 horsepower, about 200 horsepower, I feel like this one should make a lot more. Like, we've gone through 20 years of technology and advancements within engines. I feel like this car is nice. It could be more. It could definitely do better, and I feel like Acura will improve this car as the years goes on, but I think we want to see a little more improvement, and maybe then people will be willing to spend the 40 grand on this car. With that being said, Acura did what they always do right. The steering, the handling, the delivery of power is all really good. It's just the lack of power that I think bothers me the most. Moving towards the navigation system, we can see that we have Apple CarPlay going with wireless CarPlay as well, which is really nice. You can easily put your phone down here, charge it, and still be connected to Apple CarPlay without a lightning cable. We can see we have the heated seats. They're on perfectly fine. With all that being said, I really do like this car, but would I spend 40 grand on it? No. If I got the chance to buy this car used for 20 grand, 100% hell yeah, I would buy this car. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about this car. A used deal, I would buy it in a heartbeat. A new deal, I'm not too sure about it. And these cars are new for the 2023 model year, but maybe they will have some value in the future. Maybe they will go up in value. Maybe they will go down in value. And I think when they inevitably do go down in value, I think a lot more people will be interested in buying them, as long as they're kept in good condition and well maintained. So you guys let me know in the comments, would you buy this car? Would you opt in for the manual? Would you opt in for the base? This car starts at about $38,000. The base starts at $33,000, and I think the 6-speed manual is also starting at $38,000. So with that being said, the bigger engine probably will run you about 40 to 45, and at that point you're considering buying the Type R or the Acura Integra Type R, in which it's still Honda, but it's not the right competition, I feel like. So in a way, Honda's customers are going to be fighting internally for whether they get a Honda or Acura, when they should be fighting other brands instead. But both are good cars, both are reliable, So both are a lot of fun. It's just a matter of what we can afford in this day and age. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been AR Car Reviews. If you guys like this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more car content, and let me know down below in the comments, would you actually want to buy this car, or would you opt in for maybe the Civic Si or maybe the Civic Type R when the Type R of this car comes out? Please let me know, and let's do a video on that. AR out.